On an evening on the farm where legends just right across the street are being introduced into Stanford immortality, if you will, you take a look at some players and some athletes on both sides of the net that could be on their way as well into such stature in years down the road. Hello everyone, welcome inside Maples Pavilion. My name is Jordan Watkins as we get ready for some Pac-12 women's volleyball action. The Stanford Cardinal coming in the number 3 team in the country with the 9-2 record, already 2-0 in the Pac-12, going up against Arizona State, a team coming in number 25 in the country, off to a hot 14-0 start, including 2-0 in the Pac-12 as well. Some starters for you. First off, for the Cardinal, Cami Minor's going to be the setter. You have Kendall Kipp, number 10, the opposite. Elia Rubin is going to be the outside hitter, number 13. McKenna Vicini, the middle, with 14. Sammy Francis, also middle, 17. You have Katie Baird, number 22, and rounding things out, the libero, Elena Ogilvie, number 9. For the Card, being led by Kevin Hambley in his 7th season, or as long as he's been here at Stanford. It's been so hard for opposing teams to get wins in this building.
Yes.
And swings like that are a reason why, as Kendall Kipp gets things going for Stanford. Just the start that the Cardinal would have wanted here in this ranked Pac-12 teams. On the other side of the net, Marta Levinska, she has been on fire as of late for Arizona State. Shania Cromartie, number 8. Shannon Shields is the setter, number 9. That's going to go over on the first hit. See what Arizona State draws up. It goes right into the double block. Sammy Francis was there alongside Katie Baird. 2-0 Stanford. Rounding out that starting lineup for Arizona State, you have Jelly Sear, number 12, Claire Jeter in 23, Maddie McLaughlin, 25, and their liberos, number 11, Mary Schroll. Quick set coming. And the block went out of bounds, so there's the first point for the Sun Devils. Coming off that undefeated slate at home. First off, they hosted the rival Arizona Wildcats. There's a double block now for the Sun Devils up front as well. Levinska was there alongside Claire Jeter. Again, going back to that first matchup at home for Arizona State, very brand new Mullet Arena on campus. It was an absolute electric atmosphere. This is what you want to see, the Sun Devil team coming off years the season ago, 13-19. That was good for 9th in the Pac-12. Again, already off to a 2-0 start, one of the better records and better starts in program history. A roll shot, but the reactions from Arizona State will keep it alive. Stanford, though, resetting. Here comes the swing. Good dig out the back line from Arizona State. Back line, a big swing, Elia Rubin. A little too much there for Mary Schroll to handle. Quick set. Levinska. Perfectly placed. Talks about how on fire Marta Levinska's been, the senior from Latvia. Back-to-back Offensive Player of the Week in the Pac-12. First time ever in Arizona State history where the same student athlete has won consecutive awards. That's something Katie Baird is no stranger to. Going all the way across the court. 5-3 early on in set number 1 for Stanford. Cardinal once again, if you expected, projected to finish first in the Pac-12. The shot goes a little too wide. Another point for the Cards. 11 first place votes for Stanford, including 6 players on the All Pac-12 preseason roster. There's the kill and the point for Arizona State. The odds seem to be in Stanford's favor as well in terms of making that prediction come true. 21 times out of the 37 years of Pac-12 women's volleyball, the coaches poll has predicted the correct champion. The serve from Katie Baird. Arizona State, no, what a pancake effort to keep it alive. There's a big swing as well on top of it. Atlanta Ogilvie doing what she does best offensively. And then Stanford attacks on the offensive side with Elia Rubin. 2 kills for her already. On the second hit, looks like it went more off the palm. And no, actually it went off the block. That's why it floated a little too high. It looked like at first, off that swing for Arizona State, that got more of the palm and sent it wayward. It was tipped up front. It goes over. You don't see that too much from Stanford. Then the attack error. Give a point to Arizona State. Now Stanford on the year, hitting 269 as a team. Opponents just hitting 121 coming into tonight. Quick set. Point for the Cardinal. On the serve. The double block up front. Kendall Kipp and Sammy Francis sending it back. There's nowhere for that big attempt to go. In the middle, good dig for Stanford, keeping it alive. He'll send it over. Free set coming now for the Sun Devils. Roll shot. Good dig again. Stanford showing the defense right now. And now they're going to have a set to set up the offense. A little dink shot. Good dig now from Arizona State. There's the backline swing. Good rally going back and forth. Levinska, no. That one's kept alive. Swung over by Kipp. Back and forth action continues. Kendall Kipp puts an end to it. Enough of that, she said. But I tell you what, phenomenal job defensively both ways. And once again, you saw a phenomenal effort by Elena Ogilvie, the reigning Pac-12 Libero of the Year. The second time that a Stanford player has won, I should say the 4th time, but the second Stanford Cardinal to win is because Morgan Hintz won it 3 times. Her service goes into the net, so that will go back over on the other side. Yeah, this is a Stanford team That brings back the Pac-12 Player of the Year in Kendall Kipp, Pac-12 Setter of the Year in Cami Minor, Pac-12 Libero of the Year, and of course the Pac-12 Coach of the Year, Kevin Hambly, who's now a two-time winner of that award. And good effort in the back line by Arizona State and Mary Schroll, but couldn't keep it alive. Another point for the Cardinals. Give that one to Sammy Francis. Her second kill. Already 3 Cardinal players with at least 2 kills. Arizona State is going to send that over. Here come the Cardinal. Once again, it's Francis. Third kill in as many attacks for Sammy Francis. As she joins Kendall Kipp in the 3-kill category. Stanford up by 6 now. And the serve from Kipp goes a little too strong. Talk about Stanford and the 9-2 record coming in, and per usual, what they do in that non-conference schedule, it was very stacked. And 7 consecutive matches of teams that were ranked in the top 25 preseason poll. And of course, Stanford more than held their own. This looks like they're going to get a kill. No, good effort by Schroll. It's kept alive and sent over. Phenomenal job. But Stanford again resets. Was that touch? It was still in. Couldn't tell if that was going to go off Schroll or not, but the official to my right signals it was in regardless. I'll tell you what, the extra efforts, though, that we've seen already in this first set have been absolutely incredible from both ways. And another quick set, a little miscommunication, though, for Arizona State. They're just going to send it back over. Another kill for Stanford out of the back. Kendall Kipp once again. And we're going to have a timeout now called for Arizona State and J.J. Van Niel. I'll tell you what, Stanford is rolling here early, showing it offensively and defensively right now with the 15-8 lead in set number 1. We'll be right back after this quick break. Welcome back inside of Maples Pavilion. All of you tuning in to this ranked matchup on Pac-12 Insider. Stanford with the 15-8 set 1 lead right now, hitting .435, holding Arizona State to an .045 hit percentage right now. The Cardinal keeps swinging away. Time it was Baird. Good defense, Arizona State, and it pays off. Marta Levinska once again on the kill, her second of the set. Four weekly honors now for Marta Levinska. Can add to that this year as well. Look at the hustle from Stanford, but they can't get there. Floated right over the top and very well placed by Arizona State. The timeout working so far in their favor. As Jelly Sear. It's credit for the kill. A little wet spot right now on the Stanford side of the court. And after further inspection, it's not to Kendall Kipp's liking, so we're going to go get the towel and clean it up a little bit more. Tell you what, that's the thing about these student athletes for both of these teams. They can do a little bit of everything, so well-rounded. And now everything is good to go. Now here's Mary Schroll on service. Cross-court attempts. And then it pays off on the other way. Good defense for ASU, and Sear once again on the kill. Arizona State getting on a roll now. Starting to find some room around the Stanford defense up front. And what a great job to keep it alive by Schroll. Just nothing but reaction there. There is a block by Stanford. It's going to pay off. You can take a look at the action right there at the net. Cardinal putting it right back where it came from. Cammie Minor was over there, as was Sammy Francis. Quick set in the middle. Again, Stanford's defense ready for it. Here comes Arizona State again with Levenska. And now Baird kind of had to reach back a little bit. Didn't get all she wanted. Definitely did there. Schroll sends it back over. Stanford again. Great dig from the back line. That was Shields. Kipp just missing on the line shot. Give Arizona State credit on that point. They did everything they could reaction-wise to keep them all alive, and eventually they got rewarded with the point there. Here's Baird. Once again, Doug kept alive. Great dig also as well by Ogilvie. And it pays off for the point for the Cardinal. Kendall Kipp gets the point, but the star of that show again, Elena Ogilvie. Phenomenal job defensively to keep that alive. Minor on service. First hit kind of got things out of the system for Arizona State, and Stanford's defense is there. Kendall Kipp and McKenna Vicini. After that first hit, it looked like it was Sear who was out of position. First hit took her away. She couldn't get the setup that she wanted. Another block attempt up front. Arizona State keeps it alive. Another meet up front. Gonna have to be sent over. Free ball coming for the Cardinal. Minor to the middle, and it's gonna be an error for Vicini. Point for ASU. Stanford so far 2-2 on the young season in Maples Pavilion. They'll play Arizona here on Sunday. Finish out with the two desert schools. Cross court swing once again. Ogilvie keeping it alive. Gets a good ovation from the crowd, as she should. Tried to let that one go, but it was a touch up front, and it'll be a point for ASU. Sear now back to serve. Minor setting up. Kipp once again. Cuts it right across. Point for the Cardinal. Kendall Kipp already now with 6 kills in 4:55 here in this first set. Stanford on the attack. Once again, it's going to be Kipp going for the back line and a little too strong. So if you were wondering, for Kendall Kipp, and her season high in kills so far was 21. That came in a 4-set win against Colorado State. Overall, it's 24. She did that 3 times in her career. Last time out that it happened was against San Diego a season ago, and already at 7 kills now after that big swing up front. Such a phenomenal career for Kendall Kipp in her grad year now at Newport Beach. NCAA champion back in 2019. Of course, 2 Pac-12 championships. Region Player of the Year honors. Look at the reflexes from Stanford keeping that alive. Free ball over for ASU. And Stanford with the block, but it was out of bounds. That on the other side of where we're situated. Now the serve coming in from Shannon Shields. Big swing, good reaction. Sproul sends it over, free ball Stanford. Another good reaction, that was Shields. That's sent over, and the dig's going to go out of bounds and outside of the antenna. A little bit of a scramble, but again, hats off to the Sun Devils to make the most out of it. So another kill for Sear. She's the leader in the clubhouse for ASU with 4. Sudden, it's a 3-point set, and now make it 4. Kipp and Francis once again up front for Stanford defensively. That's 5 blocks now for Stanford as a team. I mean, Kendall Kipp, you just see how high she gets up at the net. Good serve. Handled well by Schroll. Now Stanford coming back on offense. Big swing in the back line. Another kill for the Cardinal. Elia Rubin. And that's going to call for the second timeout of the set for ASU. JJ Van Niel looks up at the scoreboard. And again, it got down to 3, but now all of a sudden Stanford just 3 points away potentially from a set 1 win. You'll see again how Stanford has been doing it. Perfect offensive execution. Potentially now 3 points away from a set 1 win. We'll be right back in a minute to see what happens next. Connect some points together outside the first timeout. See if they'll be able to do it once again. Kendall Kipp on the serve. Stanford up 5 in set number 1. And once again, they come out of the timeout to get the point. Maddie McLaughlin, her second kill of the set. Every single time now, you got to be impressed. Even not out of timeouts. Arizona State has had an answer whenever Stanford goes on one of these mini runs. Big swing from Kendall Kipp. Tell you what, even if you try to get a block on it, if she has that ability, especially the way Cammie Minor sets people up, if she has the perfect ability to really jump into it from that back line, there's not much many in the country can do. Serve from Rubin. Kipp. Good dig. Baird finds room. Absolutely impressive overall, all around. See, Kipp was ready for something a little bit harder. Had to lay all the way out. And then you want to talk about such an amazing assist. What about Elia Rubin and the effort that she does there to get it over to Katie Baird, who puts it home. Set point now for Stanford. And once again, as you could guess, with all that extra effort, a little bit of perspiration right now on the Stanford side of the court. Pretty good turnout here in Maples, as you could expect for one of the best programs in the country. Busy day right now on the farm. We'll get more into that in set number 2. It's been a theme of celebration really for both of these schools. But first, a kill from the Sun Devils. Jelly Sear once again. 5 kills for her and 13 attacks. Now Mary Schroll on the serve, and what a shot going cross court by Sammy Francis. I tell you what, if you wanted to find a perfect shot to end a set, I think you just found one. The Stanford will take set number 1, 25-18. After they get 19 kills, hit 304. Meanwhile, ASU with 12 kills going to 133. Well, timeout now here in Maples. When we come back, we'll have some first set stats for you. Get you ready for set number 2 action. And Stanford up 1-0 after taking that first one, 25-19. Set number 2 about to get underway here in Maples Pavilion. Welcome back to Pac-12 Insider. A couple numbers for you. The leading kill getter in the building, Kendall Kipp, had 8 of them in set number 1. Hit 400 as well. That's second on the team behind Sammy Francis, who had 4 kills, hitting 571. And Stanford hit 304, so above their season average up to date. Also 18 assists from Cami Minor, doing what we've all come accustomed to her doing in her time here at Stanford. Also 5 total blocks for Stanford as well. For Arizona State, and Jelly Sear with 5 kills, hitting 154. Highest percentage right now for them is 500. That's Shannon Shields, and that's on 2 attempts. What a pancake. Kept it alive by Ogilvy. And that goes off the block. Another point for Stanford to start off set number 2. And take a look at that. She already has had so many digs and pancakes in this match alone. And it's just one of those things where they never, no matter how many times she does it, they never cease to amaze. Neither does a Kendall Kipp ace, by the way. 2 now on the board for Stanford in set 2. Now a good dig on the other end for ASU on the serve. Great block, but again, Ogilvy keeping it alive. Still good defense from Arizona State. And Stanford returns the favor. Minor in the middle to set up Francis No. Getting some more good back and forth action, and Helena just couldn't get there. Tell you what, phenomenal hustle though, to at least make it close. One serving 2. Schroll serving, and it goes too far. So right before the finish of set number 1, I talked about, of course, the time and period really for both of these institutions of honoring some greats and vital people. Kendall Kipp was blocked up front at the net. McLaughlin was there, and also I believe that was Sear on the double block. But if you look at Stanford, the 2023 Hall of Fame class is going in. And that's going to include Joe Borchard for baseball and football, Corey Carter for women's track and field, Grace Luxak for women's rowing, Nicole Gibbs in tennis, Paul Goldstein as well, Lauren Lappin in softball, Arthur Lee men's basketball, Andrew Luck for football, Melissa Seidemann women's water polo, and Tom Wilkins for men's swimming and diving. They're being honored at a ceremony tonight just across the way at one of the rec centers here at Stanford. Congratulations to all of them on that honor. Stanford now opening up a 5-2 lead. And another quick set. Stanford's defense there for the task. Big swing, Baird. He's going to go over, a little bit of a joust up front. They're going to go back to Baird. Third time's a charm. There's a block. McKenna Vicini was the main one there, sending it back. He's just right off the forearm. Stanford continues their impressive defensive play. 6 blocks now. Great dig by Rubin, but Minor's just going to run out of room over by the scores table. Talk about the big moments for Stanford. For Arizona State, they had recently celebrated the 50th anniversary of Sun Devil Volleyball. And Mary Littlewood was in attendance. Really laid the foundation for Arizona State women's volleyball, and said that the applause was so loud and so long it took her a while before she really could speak, but it honestly was to her benefit so she could get some of her thoughts together. But again, with all the reminiscing and the happy moments, it was referred to as someone there as the tears and cheers. So what an awesome moment celebrating the history of Arizona State women's volleyball. And you coincide that with one of the best starts in program history at 14-0 at the current moment. What a perfect spot. Good awareness by Shannon Shields, finding room in the back corner. In case you're wondering, the best start ever for Arizona State, and it's funny enough, we're talking about the 50th anniversary. It actually happened in 1973 when the program first started. They went 21-0 that year. A little bit of collision, looks like everyone's okay. Roll shot and a beauty. There goes Marta Laviska. Fourth kill on the afternoon for Laviska. If you want to look at the NCAA era, that best mark would be 15-0 for ASU, so they would have to win tonight to match that. They got that one back in 2015. There's just one of 4 unbeatens left are the Sun Devils. Joining Nebraska, who Stanford's seen a little bit already this year, Wisconsin, and also the Citadel. Kill in the middle for McKenna Vicini. And Stanford the 8-5 lead. But again, right off the block attempt from Claire Jeter. And an overhit. One of the things about serves that sometimes it might not get credit for in the actual score tally. You don't get an ace or anything for it, but I tell you what, if you can get a ball over back on that first hit and set up somebody as talented as Elia Rubin in the front line. Off court up front. What a big swing out of the back line, Laviska. And you can just see there's a reason why she is the reigning 2-time Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week. Shields on the serve. Big swing in the middle, perfect set. And then Vicini puts it home. Just so impressive every single time. Set in and set out, match in and match out. I just want to give credit again to Cami Minor. 5 assists now for her in this set, 23 overall. And now there's an ace for Elena Ogilvy. Cardinal trying to get on a roll now. 11-6, they're in front. Clean up a little bit of the sweat that's right in front of the scorer's table on the ASU side. Getting that second hit, but a better job this time by Shields to get there. Stanford on the other end. Sent back, but they'll regroup. Kendall Kitt won't be denied. Right off the block, and another timeout coming from J.J. Van Niel. First one of set 2. That's 3 consecutive points for Stanford, gives them a 6-point lead. They already lead 1-0. 3 straight points led to that timeout. J.J. Van Niel in his first season at the helm of Arizona State. And once Arizona State got to 5-0, that was already the best start for a first-year head coach in ASU history. So, of course, they've just blown that out of the water. Now at 14-0. One of 3 new head coaches in the country that started the year at least 11-0. Cal's head coach Chrissy Jones Schunderword started 11-0, and then Wyoming's Kaylee Prigge also started 11-0 as well, so he has outpaced that. 13-7 right now, Card. Off the block, point ASU. Claire Jeter in the middle. That is her first kill in the match. A senior from Missouri City, Texas. Started off her collegiate career in the state of Texas at Texas A&M before making it over to Arizona State. In total, 8 transfer students on this ASU roster. That's going to be tough for Ogilvy to get there and couldn't do it. Went off of Elia Rubin. That's what sent that over towards the Stanford bench. So credit the ace to Mary Schroll. First one of the match for ASU. And that's one way to answer it. Elia Rubin gets the kill. Stanford back up by 5. This textbook all the way around, goes right off the fingers of the block out of bounds. Rubin on serve. Dinked right over the top. Perfect placement right over that front line. As Jelly Sear continues to lead the way for Arizona State in terms of offense. 8 kills for her now, hitting .235. Here's Bayard. No sent away. Now Stanford going to go with Francis. See the defense now for Stanford. Now they'll set it up offensively. Here's Baird once again, cutting it across. Point Stanford. Point for Stanford. Man, what a perfect angle as well by Baird. You take a look at Anna Pringle coming in now on service. Levitska. Good dig by Kip. They set up Baird once again. That was deflected a bit up front. But again, Levitska, what a shot. Marta Levitska put a little extra on that one. Her 6th kill of the match. Serving 15. Big swing by Baird, and then once it was blocked, it went over that back line for Stanford. That was starting to creep up a bit. So perfect place for the ball to lie if you're ASU. Now they're trying to go on a roll themselves. Serving 15 after that double block. Shannon Shields and Maddie McLaughlin. Baird perfectly placed in the middle of the defense. Just remember when that timeout was called by Arizona State, at that point it was a 6-12 or 12-6 Stanford lead. So Arizona State +2 since that point. What a cut shot. Looked like it surprised the Stanford defense just a bit. Shannon Shields reaching up to hammer one home. Three kills for her on 6 attempts. Also 14 assists as well to pace the way for ASU. Minor over to Kip. Now to the back line. Good job defensively for ASU. Roll shot. Good dig by Stanford. And now Baird just off the tip of the block for a point for the Cardinals. Give another assist to Minor as well. Just off the pinky, if you will, of Roberta Rebello. A kill for Baird, her 6th. My goodness. Maybe a little bit frustrated you didn't get the block on one point. Well, how about you get a big wind-up and swing from Rebello right after that? That was hit so hard it brought a little bit of base to it. Shields serving. Good swing to the back corner. Elia Rubin. And sometimes Stanford can just tic-tac-toe it and make it look so easy. Novak now on service. That goes into the net. Service error number 4 for Stanford. And you go back to some of those non-conference tough battles that they had. That was one thing that made things a little bit closer than what it could have been. And some of those wins. It's putting it home once again, Kendall Kipp. And those matchups, even when they were on the road, for example, going up against Louisville, and even against, when they went up against Florida, which was the straight set loss here, one of 2 losses at home. Service errors were a bit of a burden for the Cardinals. I tell you what, if you keep getting some aces as well and have them play out, you'll take it. Another one for Kendall Kipp. That is her second, third overall for Stanford. All three of those. Three of the four coming in this set. But then that one just missing on down the line. 16 serving 20. Control serves. Minor on the second hit. And ASU was ready for it. Now they try to set up Levinska, but her kill attempt goes into the net. Won't see that often from the senior from Riga, Latvia. Rubin, perfect placement. She couldn't have walked it over any better. The second time out now for ASU. Again, Stanford just potentially 3 points away from taking the second set as well. I think JJ Van Niel just wants to settle things down here a bit after that last ace from Elia Rubin. 22-16 Stanford right now in set number 2. A little bit of fun in Maples. The Oblivi Cam. Of course, everyone nowadays on the smartphones got to go on X and all the other great apps, so they kind of catch you sleeping here, if you will, sometimes. There's a big kill right across. Tell you what, you better be wide awake if Sammy Francis is going to go cross court like that. It's a little too much power for Shannon Shields to handle there. 23-16 now, Stanford set 2. Good answer from ASU. McLaughlin with their third kill of the afternoon, now turning evening here in the Bay Area. And just going back to that Oblivicam, I'm happy to say, knock on wood, that I've never once been on it. You can't catch me slacking ever at a sporting event. Well, of course you can't. I'm supposed to be paying attention anyway. Another wet spot right now on the Stanford side. And part-time volleyball player, but full-time towel person, Kendall Kipp, takes care of it. It'll be Levinska on service. A little too strong as it goes all the way out. And our line official, Donald Taryn, who's so locked in to see where it was going to hit by the line, it actually got him in the leg. I guess that's a pretty good idea and a way to judge if the ball's out or not. Does it hit the official? Double block attempt. The crowd was ready to erupt in Maples. We play on, and we will for another point. That went off the block and out. 18th point for ASU in the second set. Jelly Sear be back to serve. Junior from Flower Mound, Texas. Over the top, and it finds room. McKenna Vicini with the perfect touch to beat the block, and that'll do it for set number 2. Efficient offense from Stanford is really the calling card that got it done. They hit 343, bringing the match total now to 321. 2 straight sets for them. We'll take a break, and when we come back, Stanford's going to look for a straight set victory here in Maples. Or can Arizona State send this? 2 sets down. Set number 3 on the way. Stanford up 2-0 after taking set 1 25-19 and then set 2 25-18. Offensively for Arizona State, it was actually a better set offensively for them. And they hit 333 in set number 2 after being 133 in set 1. Meanwhile, Stanford also increased their offensive efficiency, going from 304 to 343. And off to a good start in set 3 as well are the Cardinals. Sammy Francis once again. Some more notes for you as well. Looking at the digs counter, Elena Oglivie now with 9 digs, so she has 1,279 for her career, which means she is only 6 away now from potentially tying Carrie Walsh-Jennings for 8th all time in terms of total digs in Stanford history. And also trying to inch closer to 8th in total assists as well, behind Carissa Cook. And there's another assist to get her a little closer. Elia Rubin with the big swing for the Cardinal. So talented all over the court is the Stanford Cardinal team. Another dig for Oglivie. And it's going to result in a point for Stanford. Kendall Kipp, another kill. 13 for her now. And 435 as well. Coming into today, Kendall Kipp was hitting at a 289 clip, 298 overall for her career. One serving 3, and what a spot. Elia Rubin, even with the full extension. Arizona State, good effort, but a better spot for Rubin. She continues her impressive outing as well, now with 9 kills, hitting 400. 4 Stanford Cardinal hitting at least 400 so far in this match. Oglivie once again to Baird. And the double block. Cami Minor doing a little bit of everything. Sammy Francis right there with her too. So perfectly timed.
Game day with a Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Real brew tea with 5% alcohol. Keep it twisted.
This is an epic, action-packed, adventure-filled story of Athletic Brewing's revolutionary non-alcoholic beer and the founders behind it.
I'm Bill.
And I'm John.
You see, this is no ordinary non-alcoholic beer. These are great tasting brews that are fit for all times. And they all started with a crazy idea.
Why can't there just be an amazing non-alcoholic beer that wouldn't affect me the next day?
And one that actually tasted great?
Oh, wow. That's a great idea.
And there you have it. Just 2 totally delusional people.
It's City Card for the win right now at Mountain America Credit Union. Use any Mountain America debit or credit card now until September 30th, 2023 to be entered into a weekly cash giveaway to win up to $500. Visit macu.com/anycard for official rules or to apply for your Mountain America card.
Difficulties went out for a quick second, but when we did, it was a kill for Claire Jeter for Arizona State, and you might have just seen and also heard over the PA system here that was Sammy Francis who was down, and could put any weight on her right foot or right leg as she was being carried off the court or helped off the court. Hope the show minor, and then that is over hits. A point for Stanford. So we'll keep track on those digs for Elena Oglivy. Credited with 12 right now, so 3 away from tying Carrie Walsh-Jennings for 8th. Another kill for Katie Baird and another point for Stanford. You wonder when and if that timeout, once again for Arizona State, is going to be called. Is the Cardinal out? Up 6. Levenska, good effort by Rubin. That was overhit on the second ball, but Stanford able to recover. Good dig from Schroll for ASU. Back and forth action. We've seen a little bit of this in each set now. Here's Kip. Puts it into it. Oh, there goes the answer, as there's a timeout from the ASU bench. 4 straight points now from Stanford after the swing from Kendall. Kip finds home for her 14th kill now of this match. Might have been deflected as well on the block too. That might have thrown Schroll off just a little bit. But either way, the point will stand and we'll take a break. Stanford looking for a straight set victory here in Maples. Stanford already with 3 straight set wins, 6 straight set wins on the season. Again, only 1 loss in 3 sets as well. That one came to Florida and Maples earlier this year. Out of the timeout, service goes into the nets. I'll tell you what, that's one thing that's been consistent for ASU and JJ Van Niel. Out of the timeout, ASU has responded to get that first point one way or another. Rubin covering ground, leads up to Baird. That went off the outside of her hand and wouldn't go over the nets. A little bit of a miss hit from Katie Baird. Don't see it often. 4 serving 9 now in set 3. Off of the tape and over. Kip tried to cut it across a little too strong. So ASU answers Stanford's 4-point run with a 3-point run of their own. Ravensbourg continues to serve, dinked over and down. McKenna Vaccini in the middle. She's done that a couple of times tonight. Minor on serve, good service. ASU tried to return the favor, but not doing. And Elliot Rubin says, enough of the soft stuff. Let's just go ahead and put a fastball right down the middle. Perfectly set again by Minor. And Elliot Rubin out of that back line. Winds up with the right hand. 11-5 Stanford, and Minor serve will go into the net. 8th service error now for Stanford. And on average for the Cardinal this year, just averaging about half of a. They have 20 errors, 20 service errors on the season. 12 aces, at least that's in conference play. And overall, 146 service errors for Stanford. Coming into tonight, and look at that defense up front. Vecini and Rubin were there to send it away. It actually looked like I don't think they got a piece of it at all. I guess you can count that up if you want to for a little intimidation factor. And again, a good serve brings it over on the first hit. Well played by Schroll to keep it alive. Levenska, no, as Baird was there. In the middle, Vecini. Taking over this third set is McKenna. Six kills for her overall. That's her second in the set. Rubin. Stanford once again regaining control of set number 3. Now they have a 9-point lead, 15 serving 6. Heads up. I'm not exactly sure what Kendall Kipp has done to Katie Baird, but I think they should be even right about now. That one almost got Kendall. Did a good job of getting out of the way. Serve from Levenska. What a perfect set again by Cami Minor. Another kill for McKenna Vecini. Her 7th now. Now she's tied for 3rd in total kills for the Cardinal in this match, along with Katie Baird, both with 7. Oglivie on the serve, second hit, sent it wide. And there's another ace for Stanford. Now ASU gets into the offense, and a little bit of relief right there was exuded from Marta Levenska as she let go a howling kill. Saw that yell trying to pump up the rest of her team. 7 kills for her now tonight. What a job by Schroll keeping that alive. And a free ball coming for Stanford. Minor gonna set up. Kendall Kipp off the block, out of bounds. Point Stanford. $15 kills now for Kendall at 4:07. Now she'll serve. That goes over. What a great response, though, by Shannon Shields. Good read. She went right away from changing from a setter to playing some defense, and a great block up front. She returns the favor. Strong serve, sends it over. First hit. Stanford finds a way to rebound. It was a good swing initially by ASU. And you see the scramble and a phenomenal job just getting the ball up to the middle of the court by Kipp. And then it was Rubin putting it home. Now some substitutions. Cami Minor goes out along with Kendall Kipp. Leah Tafunga is back in. So is Jordan Harvey. (19-9). Again, a strong serve forces a tough reception for ASU, leading to the point for Stanford. Elliot Rubin can definitely serve with the best of them. Look at aces per set coming into the match tonight. She was tied for, she was 5th all time in terms of aces per set in Stanford history, about .31 if you will. So that might be bumped up a bit. She has 2 aces in 3 sets. And how about that? Coming right into the match, Jordan Harvey gets the kill. Did mention earlier that I'd give an update, if possible, for Sammy Francis. It looked like she's already been taken back to the locker room to get some further examining on that right leg. So again, hoping that she's going to be okay. Meanwhile, on the court, 21-10 Stanford. Good dig by Rubin. Baird cross court. Good dig also on this side by Rebello. Free ball though for the Cardinal. Rebello sent back. Schroll, good reaction. Rebello again. No, Stanford defense. That went over in 2, but sent right back for the Cardinal. Good back and forth action. Rebello tried to float it over. No avail. Great dig by Schroll. Oh my goodness, everybody's everywhere right now. The angst from the crowd is just going crazy as we continue on. Schroll trying to set up Levinska. That was punched and blocked. Levinska again sent down. Schroll keeps it alive. By the time you wake up tomorrow, we might still be playing this point. Rebello. Everybody take a deep exhale and a big round of applause for everybody in Maples Pavilion, as that was a phenomenal point and well earned by Arizona State. They're almost like collective moans, if you will, once that ball went back and forth about a good 7-8 times. But Roberta Rebello is the one that comes up getting the point for ASU. A wet spot right now on the Sun Devil side. Been cleaned up. Everyone seems to be satisfied with it. And now on the serve, it was Shania Cromartie. Big swing in the middle from Jeter, but it goes off the net. Excuse me, that's Shania Cromartie, not Shania. Cami Minor and Kendall Kipp back on for the Cardinal. Cami Minor serving. 22-11. Marty digs. Levitska keeps it alive. Free ball coming for Stanford. Oglivie to Minor. Good block in front though. Claire Jeter. Took care of that one all herself. That's her second block. Also has two. He was part of 2 assists as well. Double block for Stanford. Vicini and Baird. You shall not pass. 23-12. Again, we do another hot spot right now on the ASU side. That's all cleared up and dealt with. It'll be Katie Baird serving. Stanford 2 points away. That went wide, no touch up front. And now everybody on Maples will rise to their feet as it's match point now for the Cardinal. Taylor Bevan serving. Here comes Levinska. Oglivie once again was right there, and Vicini puts it home. McKenna Vicini with a phenomenal third set, so it's only fitting that she's the one that puts this one home. Overall, a phenomenal outing for the Stanford Cardinal as they improved to 3-0 in Pac-12 play and 10-2 so far in this 2023 campaign. Overall for Stanford, at 339, it had 6 aces as well, so 8 blocks. It hit 375 in that final set, so Stanford did a great job of finishing on a positive up note. Leaders offensively for them, Kendall Kipp with 15 kills on 28 attacks, hitting 393. Elia Rubin had 12 kills, hitting 400. And McKenna Vicini with 8 on 13 attacks as well. Double-double for Kipp and Rubin, 15 kills, 11 digs for them both. Of course, Cami Minor with a phenomenal job once again in the assist tally, 44 in total and 3 sets for her. And coming into the match, she was averaging just over 11 per set. And then, of course, Elena Oglivie with 13 digs. So again, we talked about that total count. That leaves her 2 behind Carrie Walsh-Jennings in terms of being tied for 8th in total digs in Stanford volleyball, women's volleyball history. So she'll have a chance to surpass that and then some on Sunday when Stanford's right back here against Arizona. And it will be Arizona State going across the bridge to go up against the Golden Bears. Thanks again for everyone tuning in on Pac-12 Insider. Again, I'm Jordan Watkins. Your final here, Stanford in straight sets, 25-19, 25-18, and 25-12, giving the ASU Sun Devils their first loss of the season. Thanks again to everyone for tuning in. You can catch Stanford back in action on Sunday. That'll be on the Stanford web stream. Hope everyone has a good night, and we'll see you then.